Good morning, Mass Monday morning. I haven't done this in a while. It's always frightening looking at yourself with these things on. I bought a calendar just for you all. We're going to do this once a week, probably on Mass Monday, and it's life hacks. So I have like 27 days worth or 26 days worth because I just got the calendar. So we're just going to go through some of them. That was a hangover remedy. I think most of us are beyond needing hangover remedies, so we'll skip that one. This one's interesting. I don't know how many of y'all smoke, but it says, trying to quit smoking? Buy some vitamin C cough drops. When you get the urge to smoke, pop one in your mouth. Vitamin C helps fight the cravings. And the drops gives your mouth something to do. Didn't know that. This one I knew. Out of shaving cream for your legs, use hair conditioner. It's a lot cheaper and gives your legs an extra smooth feeling and look. Might be worth, instead of buying shaving cream, just buy a cheap thing of hair conditioner. I have used it in the past when I ran out of shaving cream. Struggling with your diet? Yeah. Cut out only processed foods. You'll feel an immediate difference and it will motivate you to keep going. I don't eat processed foods that much, once in a while, like chips or cookies or something, but I mostly cook stuff from scratch. Tired of typing your email? This one, I don't know if this works or not, but I thought it was interesting. Tired of typing, can't even talk today. Tired of typing your email on your phone? Set up a keyboard shortcut that fills in your email when you type at, the @ sign. I don't know if that works or not. And I'm not sure I know how to set up a keyboard shortcut. I'd have to investigate that. This is interesting. Do you want to cross out a word so that it's no longer legible? Instead of scribbling over the word, write random letters over it. It will become impossible for someone to read. Now these have things on the back too. Daily extras, they call them. They're weird stuff. Sometimes they're like games, sometimes they're, I don't know, what's this one? 30 years ago on this date. This one happens to be January 8th, 1995. After 15 years of producing his groundbreaking cartoon, Gary Larson published the last original comic strip of Far Side. You still see Far Side sometimes, and I didn't know that was 30 years ago. Standing for 1 hour burns 100 to 200 calories. That means if you switch to a standing desk at work, you'll not only improve your posture, but you can also burn an extra 800 to 1600 calories per day. Yeah, no, I would never do that. Even when I was younger, I wouldn't do that. Want to learn a new language quickly? Listen to the top 40 hits in that language. Most pop songs use common words and include lots of repetition. Oh, there's a little game on the back of this one. It says, can you match the the hospital with the TV show on which it's featured? Cook County is probably Chicago Med. The rest of them, I don't know. Some of the shows I don't watch, that's why I don't know them, I guess. I like hospital shows, though. I do watch Chicago Med. I still watch Grey's Anatomy. What else is on that I watch? There's several of them I was watching last season that aren't on anymore, like The Good Doctor and Resident. Those are off the air now. There's a new one on called Doc. It's on, I don't know, I watch it on Hulu. I don't know what channel it's normally on, ABC, I think. But it's kind of interesting. It's like this kind of mean doctor you know, shows her being kind of mean to everybody, including patients. She gets in a car accident and she has traumatic brain injury, and she loses 8 years of her life. So the reason she was mean to everybody, you find out, is that her son died, and in that 8 years that's missing from her life, her husband and her got a divorce. Her son died. Her and her daughter are estranged. You know, nobody likes her because she was so mean to everybody. So now she's got to start all over trying to be a doctor again. I mean, she still remembers how to be a doctor, but they don't trust her, so they're making her like shadow people and not do actual doctor work so far in the first couple episodes. So it sounds like it might be kind of interesting. So anyway, that's my recommendation. Try that one, Doc. I don't know how I got off on that tangent. The thing about matching up hospitals with TV shows, I guess. No matter how happy you are at your job, always spend a little time each year looking for a new one. This will enable you to gauge the demand in your field and to see if you are being underpaid or underutilized for your skill set. It's a big pain in the butt looking for a job. I don't know that I would do that. Although I worked in a 27-year period, I was laid off 3 times. So I was loyal to these companies, stayed at one 10 years, another one 10 years, another one 7 years. But they're not loyal to you. They just, okay, you're out. So maybe I should have been looking for a job every month. But that last job I got laid off from, I was in my 50s. And I ended up working as a temp at a place for over a year because I had such a hard time finding a permanent job because I was in my 50s. And when I started, I was in purchasing. And when I started doing it like 30 years before, you just kind of learned it on the job, which is what I did. And then in that 30-year period, there became this whole field of it where you went to college for supply chain management and all that kind of stuff that I knew all that stuff. I'd learned it all, self-taught, and was doing it and was doing the job well, never had bad reviews, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I didn't have the degree that all of a sudden now you have to have. So I think I went on something like 38 interviews and finally got a job, and it was a horrible job. Well, the boss was awful to me. But anyway, so I don't know if I would do this or not. Of those 38, this annoys the tar out of me too. Of those 38 interviews, one of them got back to me and said, oh, we hired somebody else. Now, how hard is it to send out a mass email to people saying we filled the position instead of just leaving everybody hanging? I even contacted one of them because I got a job offer and it was really far from home, and there was another one. I liked the company better. It was closer to home. I had gone on a second interview, so I called them and I emailed them and said, look, I got another offer, but I'd really rather work for your company. Where are we in the process? They never bothered to get back to me, so I took the far away one, and it turned out to be the big mistake, but you know, was what it was. If you have a ring stuck on your finger, spray the perimeter with Windex and it'll shimmy right off. I would have thought they'd say, like, you know, spray oil or something. Credit card companies make their money from debt. Yeah, no kidding. When they offer you higher and higher limits, be aware of their motivation. Just because you're approved doesn't mean you have to take it. Yeah, I never take those things. And I'm like, God, we're talking 40 years ago now, I guess. I got in a lot of trouble with credit cards because I was a single parent raising 2 kids, making $6.50 an hour in California, which, you know, stuff's expensive in California even back then. And I just couldn't afford to live basically without using credit cards. So I ran up $10,000 in credit card debt, which back in those days, that was a lot. So I paid it all off, really, tightened the belt. Didn't go to the dentist for 10 years, for instance, stuff like that. If I had money for a dentist, the kids went, I didn't go. I got it paid off the month before my son turned 18. It was a good thing I did, because the second he turned 18, even though he was still living at home, going to college and all that, my ex-husband cut the child support in half. I could have years before gone back and gotten more money from him, because he was making really good money. He wasn't making it when we first got divorced, but years later, he was making good money. And some people go back every couple years and get an increase in child support. I never did. I got $300 for each kid, which is nothing. And so I was really glad I paid off that $10,000. So I was afraid of credit cards for a really long time, didn't use them. And maybe 10, 15 years ago, I started using them again. But I have it tied to my checking account, so it automatically pays every month. I've never paid interest at all in the last 15 years, probably. I mean, if I don't have enough money to pay it, I'll get money out of my savings or 401k or whatever it takes to not run up interest, because those interests are ridiculous. Sometimes it's 27%. That's just usury. Which is illegal, I would think, but anyway, there you go. Don't run up your credit cards. That's the hack of the day. Success isn't the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you'll be successful. Okay, I'll agree with that. For the most part, I really liked my jobs, except the very last one. And it wasn't the job I didn't like, it was the way they treated me and the boss and stuff. Try to be conscious of those moments where you feel the most like your authentic self. Think back to what you were wearing, who you were with, and what you were doing. Then recreate and repeat. I don't think that deep about stuff. Feeling angry on social media sites, stop engaging with negative content. These sites have advanced algorithms designed to feed you the same angry content over and over again. Instead, make a point to like, subscribe, and comment on content that makes you happy. Yeah, stuff I don't like, I don't ever comment on or like or any of that. Renoir and Monet were friends and often painted together. Several of their works were painted at the same time and in the same location from different angles. Yeah, Monet is one of my favorite painters. If you drop an earring or small screw, turn off all the lights and look for it with a flashlight. It should reflect light when you scan over it. That's a good idea. Looking for a new book to read? Go to whatshouldIreadnext.com and type in, hey, get down. No, you're not going out. And type in your favorite books. It will give you a list of similar books based on authors, tags, reviews, and categories. He wants to go OUT and out front, and he's not going to get to. He can go out back if he wants to go outside. If you're having trouble with a math problem, I don't do math problems, plug the equation into wolframalpha.com and it will solve it for you. Okay, don't do math anymore, but that's a good clue for like college kids or whatever. No dryer sheets. Throw in 2 tinfoil balls for static-free clothing. Yeah, maybe I should try that. I have been getting shocked so much lately. The dry winter air, I guess. My legs are so dry. I keep forgetting to put lotion on, and then I just look and they're itchy and it's scaling off and everything. They're so super dry. Need to send a fax? Huh. Yes, some people still require faxes. On faxzero.com, you can send a fax 100% for free. Just type in the recipient's info, attach your files, and it will go directly to their fax machine. I remember the days of faxes when it was like on a roll, and if you left it out in the sun, it would turn black. Do you remember those days? The paper that it was on would turn black. Want to know if a guy is into you? Pay attention to his voice. Men tend to lower their voices when they are talking to a romantic interest. Yeah, nobody talks to me that way. Nobody can talk to me that way. I don't understand this one. It says, flip a pizza box around on your lap so when open the lid covers your chest. You have officially made yourself a pizza bib. So I guess you open it so that the lid's like this and eat out of the box. Okay. Why? I don't understand that, unless it's an individual size maybe, but for the most part, you buy a large pizza and take a couple pieces and throw them on a paper plate or just eat them, Need to cover up a hickey? Oh yeah, I got lots of hickeys. Need to cover up a hickey from last night. Place a spoon in the freezer for 20 minutes and then hold it over the area. Okay, next time I get a hickey, I'll remember that. World's best of bad jokes and puns. Okay. What do you call a cartoon character who gets kicked out of school? Suspended animation. That is terrible. I almost got, when I was looking for a calendar for y'all, I almost got one that was dad jokes, which are stupid jokes like that. I don't know. Do you like this calendar? Do you enjoy hacks? It won't be so many. It'll be like 7 because I'm going to do like a week at a time. Unless, of course, I miss a week. But the one I had last year, it wasn't very good. It was like pictures and then it'd be like a one-line pun tied to the picture. And I didn't like it very well. It wasn't very funny most of the time. This one, some of these were pretty interesting. I might even try some of them. So let me know what you think. Do you like the hacks? Because I still have a bunch. Oh, sorry. I sucked that air down the wrong tube or something. I don't know. I went to laugh and I coughed instead. I'm going today. I was supposed to go on Mondays. Usually go volunteer at. My church has several out, satellite churches, and I go to the one down south of me a little bit. And we do just random stuff they need us to do that somebody has to do, and nobody even thinks that somebody has to do that stuff. Like at Christmas, we were the ones that put the little paper over the candles to catch the drips. Somebody had to put all those little papers on all those candles. And we just did a T-shirt giveaway. We haven't done that in a few years, but just yesterday we did a T-shirt giveaway, and each T-shirt was folded in half and then rolled up, and then some raffia with a tag on it. And so somebody had to be the one to roll those up, put the raffia on, put the tags on, sort them by size, all that stuff. So I did that for a couple days because I went for my normal time, stayed extra time, and then came back another day to help because we had 8,500 shirts because we have the main campus I go to, and then there's 2 north of me and 1 south of me, and then we've got land in the middle of there's 3 colleges up the road from me, and we've got some land that we just haven't built on yet. in the middle of all those colleges, so that'll be a great outreach. And then we have some land east of me a little bit. So 8,500, there's a lot of people go to church. So that got, the thing I normally didn't go to on usually 1 o'clock on Mondays, it got canceled. So it's perfect because I'm going to lunch with some ladies, and then they're going to go after the lunch. They're going to go over and plan. If you've been with me a long time, you've seen this stuff from the ladies' teas I do once a year. It's like a really decorated, fancy tables, and everybody. There's a speaker and a like a tea, actual tea with little sandwiches and little desserty things and tea and all that. So we're going to start planning for that, and I wasn't going to be able to go, so the fact that my normal volunteer thing got canceled is perfect, because now I can go to the other thing. All right, it's been 20 minutes, time to give it up. If you're still here, love y'all. See you next week with some more hacks, and we'll do something else in between. Not sure what I'm going to do this week, but love y'all. Bye-bye.